They were given picks and shovels while white soldiers got bulldozers. They were told they couldn't be trusted, expected to fail, sent to build a 1,600-mile highway through frozen hell in 8 months. And when they succeeded beyond anyone's wildest imagination, 9 of them were court-martialed for mutiny and sentenced to hard labor. This is the story the history books erased. December 7th, 1941. Pearl Harbor burns. Japan invades the Aleutian Islands. Alaska is defenseless. According to PBS American Experience, America needed a lifeline, a 1,600-mile highway through subarctic Canada to Alaska Territory to move troops and weapons north. President Franklin D. Roosevelt gave the order. Build it in 8 months. Impossible. The Army Corps of Engineers had a problem. They needed 7 engineering regiments but only had 4 white ones. So they reluctantly did something they swore they'd never do. According to black past historical records, they sent 3 segregated black regiments north, the 93rd, the 95th, and the 97th. Over 3,500 black soldiers, most of them from small southern towns who'd never left their county, who'd grown up under Jim Crow, who the Army openly called less valuable than units in other branches. The 97th Engineer Regiment arrived in Valdez, Alaska on April the 30th, 1942. According to historian Douglas Brinkley's analysis, these men faced terrain so brutal that they had to build 70 miles of road just to reach their starting point. They plunged through Alaska's coastal mountains, through permafrost and muskeg, north to the Tanana River, then south to the Canadian border. Here's what broke the lie. When the all-white 18th Engineers fell behind schedule, the 97th crossed into Canada to bail them out. On October 25, 1942, according to U.S. Army Signal Corps records, 2 bulldozers met head-on at Beaver Creek, Yukon. Corporal Refines Sims Jr., a black soldier from Philadelphia of the 97th Engineers, and Private Alfred Jalufka, a white soldier from Texas of the 18th Engineers, shook hands. That photograph went around the world, 2 equals, building the impossible, together. But here's what they don't tell you. According to Senior Voice Alaska's historical documentation, black soldiers were issued picks, shovels, and wheelbarrows, while white regiments got the best bulldozers and heavy equipment. Yet by project's end, the black regiments had proven so capable they were operating D8 and D9 Caterpillars. They built what nobody thought they could build. In terrain nobody thought they could survive. And then came the punishment. According to court-martial records discovered by historians Christine and Dennis McClure, on March 29, 1943, at negative 36 degrees Fahrenheit, White Lieutenant DeWitt C. Howell ordered 10 black soldiers into an unheated truck for a 130-mile trip to Fairbanks. These soldiers knew. They knew that trip was life-threatening. When they hesitated to climb into what could have been their coffin, they were charged with mutiny, the most serious crime a soldier can commit. 9 young men, James V. Hollingsworth, Josh Weaver, Robert Rucker, James Hurd, Sims Bridges, Lita Fawlty Ratliff, Willie Howell, Warren H. Lindsay, and Eugene Fulks, were convicted in a trial that lasted just 2 days. The McClures, who spent 3 years in archives uncovering the 450-page trial transcript, called it the most egregiously racist event in the history of the project. These heroes were sentenced to years of hard labor in prison for refusing to die on command. The 97th went on to serve in Australia and New Guinea, maintaining airfields and roads for the rest of World War II. They remained segregated until 1948, when President Harry Truman signed Executive Order 9981. But that Alaska highway they built? According to the National Park Service, it became one of the most strategic military routes of the 20th century. It's still there today, still standing. a monument to men who were told they couldn't, and proved the world wrong. Ken Coates, a historian quoted by PBS, said it perfectly. They did work that nobody thought they could do. They did it in an area that nobody thought they could survive. What does this story teach you about who writes history and who gets erased from it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this story shook you, hit that follow button and share this with everyone who needs to know that American heroes come in every color. The 97th Engineer Regiment built the impossible, and America tried to bury their story. Not anymore.